Descartes says, "Cogito ergo sum." I think, therefore I am. Maria Callas says, "I work, therefore I am." Both are right. In general, we may say, any being is really alive only when it thinks, feels, speaks, and acts. Like a toddler, your soul really awakens to its life only when it begins to think, to feel, to speak, and to act independently. Your soul reveals itself when you give it the opportunity to think. Does the soul think? Of course. Or can you imagine a higher being that does not think? Like a child, the soul has as yet to learn how to think properly. How am I to understand that? What does properly mean? Can one also think wrongly? By thinking properly, I mean thinking according to its very nature. That thought is right, which springs from the innermost depths of your spiritual being. That again is difficult to grasp. Can I split my thinking? Once the body thinks and another time the soul? Yes, there are actually two ways of thinking. There are two kinds of thinking. One is born from feeling, in other words, from the heart, and the other from the mind, which is akin to the intellect. Self-sacrifice is born from the heart. The thinking of the intellect is the thinking of your perishable personality. The thinking of the heart is the thinking of your eternal individuality. Can you give an example? Yes, remember, we had already said, the body thinks, I am hungry. The soul thinks, my vehicle, brother donkey, craves for food. Does he really have to get some more already now? The body thinks, I am wounded. The soul thinks, my tool seems to be damaged. The body thinks egotistically of survival and enjoyment. The soul thinks selflessly of the fulfillment of the higher will. Let us solve the riddle and come to a very important phrase to remember. To make the soul think means you direct your thinking through the heart. One of the most beautiful and practically significant teachings of Agni Yoga is even in thinking, one should form the habit of directing thought, so to speak, through the fire of the heart. The heart tells you infallibly what your soul wants and what it does not want, what corresponds to its spiritual, eternal nature and what is in contradiction to it. The fire of the heart purifies your thoughts. It removes selfishness, offendedness, depression, and irritation from your thinking, and fills it with love, joy, and concern for the common good. The fire of the heart penetrates through chaos and transmutes it into a useful substance. The laboratory of the heart is powerful, and thought itself must be purified by fire. When something bad happens to you, your lower self thinks, such a hassle, or, alas, poor me, that too. When it has gone through the heart, this ugly thought turns into joy over an obstacle that gives you an opportunity for spiritual growth. Guided by the heart, the soul thinks, thanks, now I may grow greater. The true disciple lives with the heart, thinks with the heart, and judges with the heart. What does that mean in practice? Take a break. Live more slowly. Before you think anything, give the soul time to look at the situation from above, with its own senses, with its inner spiritual eyes. Always ask your heart first. One should look upon the earthly things through the fire of the heart. Only then allow your perishable personality to create a thought. In this way, you practically realize the rule of your higher self over your body of thoughts. However, this practice is only effective when you are in a pure state of high vibration. When you are in a selfish, aggressive, irritated, insulted, or depressed mood, your higher self has no chance to express itself. You have to cleanse your heart first, before you may rely on its guidance. That is hard. Here is a good advice. Do not indulge in personal concerns. Stop thinking about yourself. Think less of your person and more of your office. Allow the disciple, the teacher, the king, or the healer to think, who is hidden within you and whom you wish to express. Does not that lead to a split of the consciousness of my personality? No. Look at other officials. Even Mrs. Merkel thinks differently as a private person at home on her sofa or on vacation than in her office as Chancellor. Your soul reveals itself when you give it the opportunity to feel. Does the soul feel? Of course. Or can you imagine a higher being that has no feelings? We had already talked about many examples. Your eternal individuality smiles at occurrences from which your perishable personality suffers. When your lower self gets angry with its fellow human beings, it easily succumbs to aggression, hatred, or vindictiveness. As opposed to that, your soul loves all its smaller and greater brothers and sisters. In order to bring your soul to life, you must direct not only your thoughts, but also your feelings via the heart. As in case of thoughts, the heart purifies the feelings and frees them from egotism and other negative affections, such as sadness, doubt, anger, and selfishness. Always listen first to the pure feeling of your heart. Only then allow your body of feelings to create a feeling. A feeling purified by the heart can only result in love and joy. This is not grey theory. How often do we men experience that a woman helps us to purify, refine, and ennoble our thoughts and feelings? That is because her heart has usually already taken the lead. Your soul reveals itself when you give it the opportunity to form its will. Does the soul have a will? For sure. Or can you imagine a higher being without a will of its own? The will of the body is directed towards survival, reproduction, and pleasure. Your soul is a special creature insofar as it does not want anything for itself. It demands the fulfillment of the higher will, the observance of the cosmic order, the implementation of the plans of hierarchy, and the realization of the principles of the higher world, such as truth, justice, beauty, and love. How do I form the will of my soul? Reflection, the straight knowledge of the heart, or inspiration tell you what is good, right, and necessary to reach these goals of the soul. This you must direct your will to implement in everyday life on earth. The will of your eternal individuality becomes the more stronger the more you strain it. For the time being, the giant hidden within you is still like a baby who allows without resistance his elder brother to grasp his toys. To reach his true greatness, he must learn to form a will of his own and to enforce it against all odds.